After last week's masterclass of a chapter, I have been waiting, fiending, to see what kind of awesome sauce would be waiting for us this week. In the best-selling manga in history, I have been waiting to see just what was going to take place. Will it be more roof piece? Will it be below the roof piece? I'm not sure. But what I can tell you, based on the track record of Onigashima thus far, is that no matter where we are, no matter what takes place, it is time to experience the greatness in the latest installment in the Wano Awesome Sauce of that One Piece greatness, man. Let's get right into it. Dude, when I tell y'all that I love last week's chapter, I genuinely, with every single fiber in my being, loved last week's chapter, man. It is, without question, one of my favorite action chapters in the entire series for multiple different reasons. But without question, it is up there with the very best for me. It was just so much fun, and anytime that I go back to it, it feels like it just gets better and better for me, man. I adored that chapter. And so let's see what chapter 1010 has in store for us, man. So let's get right into it. Bro. Pause. Bro. Who names a chapter this? That is like automatically. That means this chapter automatically is going to be something legendary. Are you kidding me? Dude, the title of the chapter, and I quote, verbatim from the manga, chapter 1010, Conqueror's Haki. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to imagine what this means. Conqueror's Haki, after an entire arc dedicated to the art of mastering, improving, and moving forward with the Haki training, with real Haki, with observation Haki, with Conqueror's Haki, and seeing just how much our characters have evolved in these facets, especially the King. Yo, Conqueror's Haki, bro, what a title. And we'll put 30 out of 10 chapter. Are you kidding me? So we have the greatness, the return of Charlotte Pudding. Believe in Pudding 2021, the movement still goes. You know, the movement is still as powerful as ever, man. The Pudding greatness, you feel me? Not only that, see, I can already tell this is about to be my chapter. Not only is it a double 10, you know what I mean? Like, this is a chapter, bro. This is my chapter double 10s. Conqueror's Haki is the title. And then, on top of that, we have the Seducing Woods. And Charlotte Goat Pudding, who is currently waiting for her man to come home, man. Sanji, where you at, bro? Turbulent events continue to unfold. Relive the popular Wano arc with volumes 91 to 98, now on sale. Dude, greatness. Absolute greatness. And I love how Pudding is putting in eye drops into all three eyes specifically. Incredible. By Matsu. Matsu's a good human being. Matsu knows the greatness of Whole Cake Island, man. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. We're still on the roof. I love you, Oda, man. That's my guy. That's my boy. I love him. Like, dude, anytime, I swear, it's like, it's just one of those things, man. It's like the bat signal. When you see the title say rooftop, or you just see the floating island of Onigashima with the squad, you're just like, yo, Kino incoming. Greatness is inbound. And so with that being said, we continue exactly where we left off at the end of last chapter. Big Mom is falling down from Onigashima. She has officially been taken out of the Battle Royale, the Royal Rumble, whatever it is. Big Mom is out of there, man. And so Zeus, save me, as she's falling down from the floating island, and she is yelling, man. And you have to appreciate the masterclass teamwork that was in store last week. From Kid, from Killer, from Law, from Zoro. You know what I mean? Like, oh, while Luffy was going ham against Kaido, the four of them made sure that Big Mom was getting out of there, man. And you love to see it. Mama, what's happening? Mama! And we go back, we get to the Allspark again. Mama, I'm coming! Is that Zoro? Yo, Zoro said, you ain't going nowhere. I'm coming, and it looks like... That's right! That's right, because Prometheus, last week, right under Big Mom, was floating forward, and this man Zoro was like, yo, you ain't going anywhere, son. Crossroads the Sixth Pass. And slice that man up, yo, like it was cheese. And this man Zoro is huffing and he's puffing, man. I mean, but can you blame him after blocking that attack from Big Mom and Kaido? And then after that, proceeding to have no opportunity for rest, gets right back up and starts immediately going up in like somewhere, man. I'm talking immediately. Dude didn't have a single second to breathe some oxygen. He's like, man, we gotta move. You know what I mean? We gotta move. That guy, wouldn't be surprised if he broke every bone in his body after their last attack. I mean, bro, but he's still standing. He's still standing, he's still persevering, he's still breathing, man. And that's the thing that makes Zoro so GOAT, bro. Like, when you have a character that, like Law states right here, has broken every bone in his body. His cells are deteriorating before his eyes. My man, there is blood coming down like in the nothing happened moment. He's going through. He's probably lightheaded. My man doesn't know where he is, but he knows he has one goal in mind. He knows he has one mission in mind, and that is to continue going up in like slow-mo against these emperors for the sake of the Pirate King, for the sake of going forward with this mission of them, not only him becoming Master Swordsman, but Luffy becoming the Pirate King, but them ensuring that they free Wano, that they open the borders. They're on a mission here, man. And that mission begins and ends here on this rooftop and ensuring that the Yonko go down, man, or at the very least one of them, in Kaido, the one in charge of Wano, gets the flying flag nards out of here, man, and gets pwned. And so my man is like, yo, as we've seen previously within the series, this man Zoro went into almost every single fight pre-time skip injured. I mean, yo, you go back and reread the series and it's like every single time, no matter what, this man went to every single battle. Oh, I'm not gonna say almost every single battle with some sort of injury. You know, like it was nuts. It was crazy whenever he actually went into a battle with full health, because that's how you knew that battle was going to be crazy. Because if Zoro is going in with no injuries, he's not going in like Triple H with a patch over his head, or like some sort of, you know how like wrestlers are coming in at post pay-per-view and have like these, you know, they're coming on their crutches or some sort of patch or whatever to showcase, you know, what just happened. Ever since Mihawk hit that man with a small little knife and goes in and slashes him talo, like ever since then, for so many battles, this man went into with some sort of injury. And so now we have here, you know, in the biggest battle so far, you know, he had to have sustained some sort of crazy injury like this to showcase his greatness. And that's the way it is. That's just the way it worked when it comes to Zoro, man. Like, my man's just like, yo, I don't care if I'm going into this battle at 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%, I'm getting it my all. There's no excuses. That's Mr. No Excuses right there, man, you know? So, you love to see it, man. I mean, I wish nothing for the best for my boy, but it's the way that the series has been going up until this point. He's always going to be fighting through some sort of injury, you know, because the thing with Zoro and with his goal is that Oda has to showcase that he has to overcome himself before he overcomes the individual he's fighting. Just the way it works, and that's what I love so much about him. So let's go right into the next page, and here we get to see hybrid form Kaido. I love this man's form, bro. You see the dragon tail within the... You get to see, bro, that's Luffy, bro. That's the king, dog. And this massive devastation after taking the 3 realms Ragnarok from last week, man. I mean, crazy. You're pathetic, Lin. He states, you're pathetic, Lin. You've become an invalid. And he looks back. Luffy's still on the ground here. Bro, this man is knocked out, dog. Luffy is gone for the count right now. This reminds me whenever he was knocked out originally with the not having enough side protection, going Kaido coming with the Thunder Bagua, and be like, get that man out of here, man. Hey, Pirate Hunter, let Prometheus go, and now he's chasing after Zoro. Zoro looks over to the side, he sees Kaido coming. Here comes Law, injection, shot, and Kaido, or Law, in the way that he has been doing this entire battle, takes care of the situation. Every single other person is, of course, within their own battles, going up in like swimwear. But this dude, being the strategist that he is, the master planner, in Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, he goes in and he sees Kaido trying to take advantage of the situation. He's like, yo, I gotta take out this threat next because I know what he's capable of, man. He's a part of this man's pirate crew. He's a part of Luffy's pirate crew. And so because of that, I gotta take him out. Man. He's too big of a threat. And he immediately goes after him. And not only that, but also because Zoro is taking on Prometheus here. But Law goes in, injection shot to his throat. He goes right at his throat meat, son. You see Kaido coughs a little bit. Your abilities, Curtain, really throw me off, Trafalgar. And he goes in and looks like he decks Law all the way back. Or was Law able to get back in time? I think he was able to room out of there in time, or I guess he's ready to use his Curtain and get out of there in time. If not, then he real deal took that damage. I'm not entirely sure based on this panel. I'm going to assume that was the case, though. That he was able to get out of the way just knowing Law's abilities. And now here we have Napoleon and Prometheus. They managed to get out of the way and go down. Now they're going towards Big Mom, man. And it looks like now she's still not off for the count. They are going to go get her. Oh, man. But she doesn't have Zeus yet. Hey, Traff, what are you doing? That flame thing is going to save Big Mom. Let it go. The plan isn't worth one of us dying. Yo, okay, Law. He's like, listen, man. We can sustain heavy damages. We can sustain, whatever injuries we're going to be taking because, you got to have high levels of durability in order to fight some emperors. But by the Flagnards, the battle has only just begun. We can't lose one of our biggest assets here just because we want to move forward with the plan, man. That's not how it works, bro. You know what I mean? And of course, that's Law trying to save a member of his crew because like I said last week, there is no doubt in any of our minds that Law is a Straw Hat. And so as a Straw Hat, he's got to save the vice captain, man. That's just the way it works. But regardless, we only needed to split them up anyway. This should be enough. Here we have Kid and Killer ready to go play somewhere as well. Leave Big Mom to us. Here we go. So now we see that Kid and Killer are going to go towards Big Mom. And in the afterthoughts, I'm trying to remember when, I think it was after 1008, we were trying to think, after Law initially brought the strategy of trying to split them apart, we were like, yo, who's going to go where? Who's going to take on what? And there was multiple different comments and theories going around. Some people thought that Luffy and Zoro and Kid would go up against Kaido, while the likes of Law and Killer would go after Big Mom. I was of the camp that it would take Kid, Killer, and Law against Big Mom, and then Luffy and Kaido versus Zoro in the way that it's been so far. But the thing is with Law is so important to your defense that whichever team has them is going to automatically be at some sort of higher advantage than the other team is. And so now I'm wondering if it truly is just Kid and Killer against Big Mom with no Law, that's going to be an opportunity for both of them to shine. So let's see what happens there, man. Look forward to seeing the Kid greatness. Obviously, you see him with all the metal and everything right here following him. So he's ready. After last week, after Big Mom decked him and he took his face right back, looked at her dead in the eye and was like, yo, repel. Like, he ain't scared of nothing right now. So shout out to my boy Kid. It looks like he's going to go towards Big Mom with Killer as another awesome little combination there. That was close. Thank goodness, Mama. And so Prometheus was able to actually save Big Mom before she hit the water. Mama, aren't you just the cutest, Prometheus? What was that useless oaf Zeus doing? My thoughts exactly, Mama. That airhead is always holding us back. But Mama, I have a favor to ask. What is it? And now here's a favor. Hey, look, Kid. What the clouds. Whoa. Hold on, bro. Wait 1 second. The clouds are, and we see that the clouds are shifting. Now, I'm going to assume this has to be with this favor that that Prometheus is talking about here. Either that, or it's just, you know, the clouds moving to the insane amounts of Haki and energy being produced here on this rooftop, man. Who knows? But we go back to Kaido. Whoa, look at Strahd's face. It's just like last time. He's unconscious, but he's still glaring at me. Because no matter if my man is unconscious, if it's subconscious, if it's on any levels of consciousness, he's going to be looking at you dead in the eye, Kaido. Because this is my man's mission, his goal, and we know that Luffy does not let go on any of his goals until they're completed. Whether he dies on the way or not, that don't matter to him. That's not a part of the plan. Whether he dies or not is not anywhere in the plan. What matters to him is that he gives it 130%. Into what is currently going towards, and whether he lives or dies remains to be seen. You know, it's like, yo, screw the consequences. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm coming towards you, and you better be ready for it, man. But after that 3 realms Ragnarok coming all the way up from the heavens and coming right down toward the earth and hitting him with that junk, let's see how Luffy's able to get back up from that, man. I'm gonna gouge his eyes out, or maybe cave in his skull. Maybe I'll just crush his heart. Traff, I've reached my limit. This next attack will be my last. Zoro. Zoro, yeah. We can't keep this up forever. If this doesn't work and I end up dead, it'll be up to you. Oh, man. He's ready to risk it all, bro. He's ready to risk it all. Like he did back in Thriller Bark. Hey, Kaido. Yo! This man Zoro, not only does he end Haki up, you get to see the full on, the blade is roaring. The blade is roaring. It is ready for battle, man. That thing is screaming. It's cutting a promo. Not only that, but Kaido turns around. Roof piece. Yo, roof pieces do go. Roof pieces on another level. And then he proceeds to say, with his whole chest, knowing that this might be his final words, as he embraces Kaido, the blade is beaming, it's flaming, it's roaring. He states the following, man. That's my captain that you got there, man. Do you know who you have on the ground? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know what I'm talking about when it comes to caving in his head? Gouging out his eyes? Do you know who you're talking about, son? That's my cap. That is my captain you got right there, man. Oh my god. The Australian. Holy fuck. You should take my head before you get ahead of yourself. Ashura comes out, dude. 9 sword style. Ashura. Hell Haki. Farce of the dead. Goes right in. And he gets the flag doors out of Kaido's Ashura. Let's go. Haki can mean explosive power, but it is often pronounced Bake. Translation, bare blade. A work from the Edo period. Haki dead play. Dude, we finally get to see the Ashura, and Zoro's like, yo, you should take my head before you do anything else. You're trying to get ahead of yourself here, Kaido? I'm doing everything. I ain't letting that man die. I'm going up before he does. So you better ensure that you focus on me right now, son. You better ensure. The Ashura, bro! 9 sword style Ashura. Farce of the dead, dude. Just look at this panel, son. Kaido definitely looks like that stung. Man, and Zoro looks like he can barely move, and the Zoro left a mark. Zoro left a mark. Zoro left a mark. He cut the uncuttable Kaido. And I know that he's done it before. But for him to do it to hybrid form Kaido When he's at his very strongest, when his scales are at his most impenetrable, I'm going to assume, Zoro went in and left a massive wound on Kaido. Let's go, man! With the blade roaring, with Enma ready to go up in the like swimwear. He goes in, all of his blades ready to go in, and he hits him with the Ashura, bro. And it leaves a wound on Kaido. It can't be. You... It's up. Finally, confirmation to the thing that I have been saying since Sabaody Archipelago. In that one scene, in that one tiny little scene, I was like, no, Zoro has Conqueror's Haki. And just by common sense, like you see all the other vice captains, and then they all have Conqueror's Haki. You know, you look over to Katakuri, you look over, I'm going to assume at Ben Beckman. You look over at individuals like Marco, you see all of these vice commanders, you see how amazing they are. And you're like, yo, they all, really? You're like, yo, bro, they have to be rocking some sort of Conqueror's Haki, man. If they are in some way, shape, or form on the same tier as their captain, you know, their captain has chosen them for some reason. You know what I mean? We know Zoro's goal. Haki is about willpower and will. We know how strong Zoro's will is to become the strongest, become the world's strongest swordsman. That means he has to conquer the sea of the swordsman. He has to go out and conquer all of the countless amounts of individuals that have come before him and have come after him and are currently in the present. That means to go out and conquer in your own way, you know, within the way of the sword. You're going to go out and be the greatest. In order to do that, you have to conquer. You have to pwn. You have to defeat. You know, and in order to do that, you need to have the will to do so. And so we've always known the will was there, but there was always that lingering thought, does he have it? And here's the confirmation straight from Kaido. Kaido looks mad shook. Kaido looks more shook than Big Mom did, or just as shook. I don't know if he looks more shook, but just as shook as Big Mom did when Luffy hit him with the red rock. And she was like, yo, why aren't you getting up? So Zoro goes in, not only hits an Ashura, but then he proceeds to... Root pieces to goat. This man Kaido tells him, it can't be, you have Conqueror's Haki too. And Zoro says, what do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I just put everything I had into that assault. I was hoping it'd at least be enough to knock you down. It'll leave a scar. There is a confirmation, a scar. That should be enough for you. Man, dude, Zoro gave every ounce of his being into that attack, man. That's my swordsman. This generation is such a pain. Now it is no longer, I need to get serious. Now it is no longer, you know, playing around and all these games like, oh, you guys are strong. Nah. Now he's taking damage. Now he's like, hold on. This generation's about it. They ain't just talking. They ain't talking. They want the smoke. They're about it, man. Yo. Zoro, get out of there. Don't bother trying to help. Thunder Bagua! And he sends this man Law flying to the flag nards, bro. He's like, yo, oh no, he sends both of them. He sends both Law and Zoro flying out of there. Oh man, dude, it looks drastic. Yo, this is bad. You see the blood coming out of him? What a pity. If you had joined me, we could have taken over the world together. Oh man, here comes the Thanos speech. Here comes the Darth Vader speech. The Sephiroth. What a pity. If you had joined me, we could have taken over the world together. Join you. He's the king. He's the king. Like any of us would ever team up with an idiot like you. The samurai are our friends. I see that. The goat with the coach. I'm definitely gonna send you flying. Coding yourself in Haki. Coding yourself in Haki should allow you to devastate your opponent from these. Oh, bro, I thought this man was about to say, yo, he's about to see like a full body Virgo Haki on some Virgo stuff, man. Just like in regular form, in base form, you know, rather than in Gear 4th, we know Gear 4th he can code himself completely Haki. But you're in base form, he goes in and Virgo's out, man. I'm not sure how that would look, but And coating yourself in Haki should allow you to devastate the opponent from the inside. Stop forcing it, just let the Haki flow into your fist with the Rio. So now we're about to see the Rio Haki, bro, in all action. All the attacks I tried, they're still not it. It's in the midst of danger that power truly blossoms. Here, we're about to see it. This situation is at its most drastic. We just saw what Zoro did, man. We just saw what happened to Law. Kid and Killer are not here. It's up to you, Luffy, bro. It's up to you, dog. That first time I took a blow from your club. Yo, you can just hear Overtaken right now, bro. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That first time I took a blow from your club, I finally get what happened. Conqueror's Haki. You can use it to coat yourself, right? Conqueror's Haki? You can use it to coat yourself? Dog. There's a whole world of Haki that we have yet to realize. This just opened the borders. This just opened everything, man. Conqueror's Haki. You can use it to coat yourself, right? And that's why he was able to knock him unconscious. In the same way that Conqueror's Haki would. What? So that means that someone can imbue Conqueror's Haki into more than just, because it is the superior, it is the supreme, the conqueror of the supreme king. You know, I always wondered, is the limit just you imposing your will and taking them down a notch? Because we've seen the different like stages of advanced and of an armament and observation. Like we've gotten to see multiple different like stages of class. You know, somebody who's in the intermediate, somebody who's mastered it, whatever the case may be. And when it comes to those, you know, seeing into the future with ornament and the concept of Rio. But with King's Haki, it was always that question of what is like the farthest one can go. You know, we've seen Shanks, you know, break down the things around him with just his Haki. You know, we saw what happened with Roger and Whitebeard, you know, and their Conqueror's Haki. And so it's like we always wondered what was the extent of what could happen with not just Haki, but with Conqueror's Haki especially. But now we have a confirmation here that you can wrap yourself, you can coach yourself in Conqueror's Haki. And if he has that level of mastery over Conqueror's Haki, then why wouldn't he be able to sense it in others? Which is why he was so adamant on sensing it in Luffy, and the fact that he was able to knock the other individuals around him on chapter 924 with the Conqueror's Haki, even though he was unconscious, and now seeing it within Zoro. And now he's like, yo, Zoro also has Conqueror's Haki. And Zoro's like, yo, what are you talking about? But he knows, he sees it. If he is a master of this level to the point where he can code it on himself and wearing it as some sort of shield, or wearing it as some sort of thing, you know, coding himself in it so that he can go out and fight at his very strongest. Can you imagine each of your attacks having Conqueror's Haki levels of power behind it, to where any attack that I hit you with can knock you unconscious? That's insane, especially with an individual as powerful as Kaido. And he can code himself in Haki, man. That would make him as impenetrable as more impenetrable than the scales do. That's like the scales times 10. You can use it to coat yourself, right? It can, look at Luffy. It can only be done by a handful of powerful individuals, and you've escaped death for the last time. So it can only be done by a handful of powerful individuals, and I'm going to assume that's got to be the Emperors. That's got to be the legends of this verse. They can code themselves in Conqueror's Haki, like the very best in Haki. I'm going to assume probably even Garp can do it, knowing that back in the day, whenever he was boxing Roger, man, he had to have had, like, we know that he's a master, right? We know that Garp is that dude. But to know, and Dragon, man, possibly Dragon too, bro, like, who knows? And handful of individuals, you know, powerful individuals. And so Kaido goes in to take Luffy out from behind. We get to see a clash right here on his mace. Luffy, this man goes in and kicks the mace. He kicks Kaido's mace. And we get to see Haki coming out from his foot. Kaido, Luffy goes in, goes back. He goes in. He's got the Electro Haki. Luffy has the Electro Haki, bro. That was going on Roger and Kaido and Whitebeard. Luffy has the Electro Haki, bro. And he goes in and he decks the flag nards out of Kaido. Let's go. He goes back, goes in, and then he uppercuts Kaido. He's with a Sendo Smash. He hits Kaido with the Sendo Smash, goes right in it. Oh, right in the chin. Yo, sends Kaido flying. He goes all the way back. He's not even making contact. Zoro, Traff, thanks for... He's not making contact? He's not making contact? So he's officially Master Rio? Hold on, I gotta go back. He's right. He never once hit it. His foot, you saw the foot going about to hit the mace, but it never hit the mace. He hit it from afar and sent it flying. Then he goes right back, goes in to go punch him, and then he goes in to punch him, and like his fist is right here, Kaido's right here, and he still ends up hitting him. He's mastered the real Haki. So that's what the electric Haki is. He goes in and he uppercuts him, and he punches the air, and the air goes up and hits him, yo. My man's the Avatar now, bro. He's master. He's airbending. Zoro, Traff, thanks for covering me. You guys head back down. Leave the rest to me. I'll beat him no matter what. Tell everyone I've got this. Luffy's like, yo, I've got this, dog. There's no one gonna... Bro, he's like, son, listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to know something. I'm in base form right now. And Kaido's taking hits. I'm in base form right now, and Kaido's taking the blows. It's a 1v1. Oh my god. Bro, a 1v1 between Kaido and Luffy. A 1v1 where Luffy 100% feels like he got this. A Luffy where he is 100% certain that he can take him on. He's got the electric Haki, man. It is flowing throughout his veins. My man is feeling it. He's moving. It is going through every cell in his being. He finally, oh, that is just so good, bro. After an entire arc of trying to master this, all that training with Hyogoro and wanting to see it move, but it never worked. Even with the red rock and him doing all the attacks he did so far, it just never felt like it was really working because he still had to punch him directly in order to do it. But now we see clearly, man, it took it blossoming in the middle of a dress situation, like what Hyogoro was saying, in order for it to take place, man. And now Luffy has enough of a mastery of Haki to even sense it within Kaido, that Kaido has coded himself completely in Conqueror's Haki. And so we learned many different things. We learned many different things in this chapter. Many different things. Oh my god, bro, I can't believe what I'm about to say. This chapter might have been even better than the last chapter, bro. This is because I'm a Luffy tard, you know, man. That's my goat. This man right here is the goat. You know what I mean, bro? Like, yo, when you look up the word goat in the definition in the dictionary, a picture of Luffy smiling, you know, he's gonna be right there, man. That's the man. But to see him this week, to see him finally, after all the struggles, after this man attempted back on Whole Cake Island to take on Big Mom, and Big Mom just brushed off Gear 4th Kaido. You know what I mean? After seeing Kaido earlier on this arc, brush this man off like he was fodder. You know, poning him, and by seeing the potential there, man. And now, once again, this week, Luffy's like, yo, stop looking at potential. Stop looking at what I can possibly be. Look at the me now in the present. And last week, I was wondering, like, why is Luffy in base form? I mean, I know that gear he probably exhausted himself to the point to where he can't use his gears right now, right? But we're talking about a Luffy where normally in the past, whenever he exhausted himself because of the gears, he would be unable to fight, period. He just wouldn't be able to do anything. But we see him right here being able to clearly manifest his Haki, bro. Clearly manifest his Haki. So I can't wait to see him utilize these same techniques, but with some sort of a version of Gear 4th, whether it's Snake Man, Bound Man, Tan Man, whatever. That is going to be amazing. And that's probably where this is headed. But to see him in regular state going in and doing massive damage to Kaido, bro, there's nothing more satisfying than that. After this entire arc of building up towards this, after seeing the opening, dreaming on, you see the real Haki and himself as he goes in ready to fight, man. Yo, what a chapter! What a chapter, bro. Roof Piece is truly this is without question, one of my favorite stretches of chapters in the series, man. Like, there was a bit of like, man, there's been a lot of legendary stretches. Oda's been unstoppable. Like, there's been certain points where you're like, yo, this man's out of his mind. This is one of those points. This is one of those points in times within the series where you're like, yo, Oda is out of his mind. He is going in. He's delivering a quadruple double on a nightly basis. He's putting up MVP numbers, and the people within his series are putting up MVP numbers. And it's like, what is going on, man? So we get more insight. I can't do this. I can't do a recap this week. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this, bro. I can't. I gotta talk about this, bro. Zoro confirmed to have Conqueror's Haki. He utilizes the Ashura after putting everything he had into an attack to where you see the aura coming out. His blade is roaring, son. It goes in, utilizes the Ashura. He leaves a scar on this man's chest, and then he states that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki too, bro. Ah, man. And then after that, Zoro goes, Law attempts to go help Kaido. This man, Kaido, Thunder Bagulas both of them out of there. And then in the midst of him talking of all of this, because you know Kaido loves talking trash, man. We know that about him. After the entirety of this arc, this man loves talking junk to everyone. You know, after he takes him out, after he pwns him, you know, he's that one guy in the Xbox or in the PlayStation Call of Duty lobbies. Or now I guess in PC too, because there's crossplay. But in those lobbies where, man, he goes in after a big round of search and destroy, and you won't hear his mouth shut until that junk goes over to the next round. You know, he's just talking. He's moving them gums, man. I mean, he's just flapping them. Going in, he's talking all kinds of trash, bro. I mean, dude is going ham. And out of nowhere, you see that little mic pop on. And it says Monkey D. Luffy. And he's like, hold on a minute, player. Hold on a minute, player. And he goes in. Yo, join you like any of us would ever team up with an idiot like you. The samurai are friends, and I'm definitely gonna send you flying, bro. And I love this so much because it just showcases not only Luffy's newfound level of insane amounts of durability. He's always had insane durability, but to see it within this battle of him taking a 3 rounds Ragnarok, getting right back up and be like, hold on a minute, I'm ready now, bro. I'm ready, and it's like. Just like Hyogoro said, something like this blossoms within this space, right? Blossoms within it being a drastic situation. That's just the way it always is. It's always been with Luffy. You know, in that way, he's very similar to the likes of a Saiyan, you know, in Dragon Ball, where it was always in defeat or in the midst of battle where they would get stronger. But in Luffy's case here, it truly means that because in order to master an ability like this, just like we saw in the Katakuri fight, in order to continue to master observation Haki and these forms of things that you can only get better with practice and with experience within an extremely, you know, difficult battle and situation where you need in order to survive, you know. So, and all the times and all the failures that we saw this man do, he always got so close. And he would always hit it or miss it, you know, with the real Haki. And so to actually see him on command hit Kaido with it, man. Yo, Luffy at the end of this arc is going to clearly, I mean, right now to me, he already is, bro. He already is. To see him doing this to Kaido, there is no question in my mind. At the end of this arc, we're going to be looking at the entire world saying, yo, that is Emperor Monkey D. Luffy, or in Shanks' words, a great pirate. Monkey D. Yo, all the attacks I tried, they're still not it. That first time I took a blow from your club, I finally get what happened. Conqueror's Haki, you can use it to coat yourself. And it's like, yo, what does that even mean? How do you coat yourself in Conqueror's Haki? Does that mean that every attack that you use has the potential to knock somebody out based on their Conqueror's Haki as well? So like if they don't, so it's basically, you know, instead of utilizing the Conqueror's Haki, you know, thing that we've seen in the series up until this point, where you can use it to knock out a whole bunch of individuals or have like a clash with somebody else. In Kaido's case, he states right here, it can only be done by a handful of powerful individuals. Now, the ones that immediately come to mind are individuals like Shanks. And, well, is he talking about individuals like all time or right now? Now we're questioning Kaido's top 5. Because if we're talking about his top 5 all time, then we saw within that, within the chapter 1001, whenever we got to see all of those legendary figures. But if we're talking about like right now and not all time, then I'm going to assume other individuals like Shanks, you know, some of the other emperors. I'm going to assume Big Mom is capable of this as well. Blackbeard is an interesting case because Blackbeard, I'm not sure how much he has from a Haki standpoint, because he is so on the side of the fruits. And if he gets his 3rd fruit, then that's going to be 3 fruits, bro. So I'm not sure how Oda's going to go about that when it comes to balancing him having 3 fruits and him also having some sort of Haki, you know. So I'm not sure how that's going to work on that end. But Blackbeard, let's leave him in the maybe category. Mr. Zihaha himself of having this as well. But then, other individuals that we assume are on this level as well, like, of course, like the admirals. Like, do the admirals have this? Akainu at the very least is like, does can Akainu code himself in Conqueror's Haki? You know what I mean? Like, if he does have it, a dragon. I'm going through some dragon has to have this. Like, that's Monkey D Dragon. You know what I mean? A Garp, just based on the fact that he was always taking on Roger back in the day. He had to have had this extreme, mastery over Haki and specifically, in the colors of ornament and conquers. Like, he definitely had to have had that. And so, those are the ones that come to mind first. But to know that Luffy is now up there with the likes of them, to where he can sense the fact, in the same way that Kaido was able to sense Conqueror's Haki within Zoro, now Luffy is able to sense Conqueror's Haki being coded over Kaido. That's nuts. That is nuts, man. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to spend a lot of time talking about it over the next couple of days. And Lord, wait a minute, bro. Are we on break? We are, bro. But you know what? We needed a break after this, man. It's been 3 legendary back-to-back chapters, bro. We needed a break, man. We needed a break. Yo, the color page. Oh, man, this is nasty. Look at these colors, bro. Look at the Asura. Yeah. The king with the heart, with the real Haki going in. Oh, this is filthy, bro. Oh, shout out to the individual who colored this, man. This looks filthy. But regardless. We go back. Now we finally get to see Luffy utilizing the Rio Haki, man. And we see this. The first time I didn't really notice it. I thought it was just the impact. But no, he really is using the Rio Haki. With his foot right here first, we can see electricity coming out of there. Kaido's like, hold on now, bro. This is different. Luffy pops right back, punches him in the stomach. You can see that was clearly that hurt. Clearly, bro. What I love so much about this is that this is just throwing hands. It's just hands. It's not Luffy yelling, Gomu Gomu no Jet Pistol, Gomu Gomu no Red Rock, or whatever the case may be. This is just him hocking up his fist with the real Haki. It's flowing throughout his veins. And he's just throwing hands. He's just throwing hands, son. Yo. Tell everyone I've got this. This man said, leave the rest to me. I'm gonna beat him no matter what. You guys head back down. He has enough confidence with himself where he said, yo, Zoro, Law, don't worry about me no more. Don't worry about me. We 1v1 now, son. This is gonna become a 1v1. Oh, man. Now for sure, I'm going to assume the next time we come back, we're either going to get back to this and see what's going to happen, or we're going to cut back to something else. And the next time we come back up here is going to be some of the greatest stuff we've ever seen in the entire series. Because now we're going to have a 1v1 between 2 Emperor caliber individuals. It'll be a 1v1 between Kaido and Luffy, man. For all the marbles, for all the greatness, for all the awesome sauce. He's ready. The real Haki is here. He hasn't gone into gear 4th. He hasn't let out a named attack. He's using base punches. And he is going ham on Kaido right now, bro. Yo, this was what I was so excited for whenever I found out that Kaido was a Zoan. Because within the Zoan battles, we've seen the greatest levels of hand-to-hand combat, and I think back to that legendary fight between him and Lucci, and even against the Logias, we had some incredible hand-to-hand combat, and the crocodile fight as well, and then with this Paramecia fight with Katakuri and whatnot, right, and stuff like that. But to have it here against Kaido, it hits different, man. It does. You think back to the first time this individual was introduced. In terms of, us hearing about him, at the end of Eni's lobby and being like, yo, a member of the Emperor's, Kaido. And then you find out more about him as time goes on. You really get to find out more about him post-time skip. And you're like, yo, you get to see Doflamingo sweating when he hears his name, Law sweating when he hears his name. You get to see how much influence he has within the world of One Piece. And known as the world's strongest creature, you get to see him for the first time. And it's like, yo, this guy's going to be a monster. But to know that Luffy is now capable of throwing down with that monster and seeing him 1v1 going in, it's so much so that he's telling Law and Zoro, Yo, y'all did amazing, man. Y'all went up in like somewhere. Thanks for everything. But I'm ready now. Go back down and let everyone know that I'm catching this W. And there's no question in my mind that he's catching this W now, man. Let's go, dude. Luffy GOAT. That's the king. Zoro now officially having Conqueror's Haki. Love it. Love it. This chapter lived up to its number in double tens. Double tens for sure. I mean, I'm talking slam dunk contest. Vince Carter just hit the thing. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You know, you got the commentators losing their mind. You got Shaq with the camcorder. He's like, you know, Kevin Garnett. He's like, the whole thing. The whole shabam. You know what I mean? What a chapter, man. What a chapter. Dude, we're out here. We're emperors now, man. We are out here, son. I could not be happier for this combat right here. This in the anime is going to be goated. Luffy has now had. He is now ready to go. Real Haki is mastered, and he's going up in like swimwear. What a marvelous, marvelous chapter, man. Dude, and with this break, we'll now be able to simmer back down and really be able to take in everything that's taken place in the last couple chapters, because this has been nuts. It has been crazy. And now Big Mom's heading back up there, but we know Kid and Killer are going to be ready to intercept. So it looks like it really is going to be, it's going to come down to, now I wonder what's going to happen with Zoro and Law. Because Zoro used everything that he had in that Ashura. So I wonder now if he's going to be able to continue to fight. I'm going to assume that he has to, right? So Law and Zoro are going to go down. That's what Luffy wants them to do, at least. Going to go down. I'm not sure if they're actually going to do that. I'm not sure if they're actually going to go below the roof and let them know, you know, exactly what's going on, or if they're going to help out in the Big Mom battle over there. Because I'm not sure, man, if Kid and Killer can take on Big Mom, bro. I mean, I'm not trying to doubt either of the two's abilities, but by the flag knives, that's Big Mom, you know. And unless you have somebody here in the caliber of Luffy, because to me, he's on a whole different level right now, man, on a whole different level. So unless Kid can prove himself to being on the same level as Luffy, which would truly state that thing, you know, early on in the arc where they are treated as equals, and they are treated as pure rivals, both in terms of what they're willing to go out and do, what their dream is, but also in terms of power. So if Kid is able to prove to us as the audience, and Oda is able to prove through Kid, and what we're about to see with Big Mom, that he truly is capable of taking on somebody of Big Mom's caliber and taking her out, then, man, we're in for some incredible stuff here in the near future, man. With Luffy versus Kaido, Big Mom versus Kid and Killer, and then Law and Zoro doing whatever they're going to do on the bottom. Like, I'm really curious now, because they're really hurt. And of course, there's doctors down there like Marco and Chopper that can bring them back up to things, so they can either go back to the rooftop or take on the likes of either King or whatever the case may be down on below the roof. So now I'm really curious on where things are going to go from here. But as always, Onigashima leaves us with some amazing, satisfying answers and even more questions, man. What a marvelous and spectacular chapter. Luffy is officially ready to go up in like swimwear. King's Haki, gang, Rio Haki, in the like swimwear. Just wonderful revelations. Zoro officially confirmed to have Conqueror's Haki. Luffy being the GOAT. I mean, marvelous chapter. I can't say anymore, man. Tell everyone I've got this. We're ready. We're ready for some even more greatness than we've had in this entire arc so far. And it only gets better. It only gets better, bro. It's crazy. But I'll see y'all next time. Everybody has an awesome day. Take care. One Piece greatness. Let me know what y'all thought about this marvelous chapter in the comment section down below. And I will no doubt see y'all for what is about to be me hyping up Luffy for 20 minutes, at least. Just the way the last couple afterthoughts have gone in the afterthoughts, man. But I will see y'all then. One Piece greatness. Once again, this chapter lived up to its number. 10-10. That's my GOAT right there, man.